Oh, hello, 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 hello. Is this thing working? It is. Okay, I'm not taking the headset off because last time I did that, we lost audio. So I guess it uses this thing. I don't know. Unfortunately, if you can see what I can see, it's just got like one little green bar out of like five, and I can't see what it says. So I'm going to be trying this dragon fruit for the first time. My Indonesian order told me you eat it with a spoon. Cut it in half and eat it with a spoon. Mm. He said it tastes like a kiwi. It kind of does. Mm. I'm trying to work out whether I like it or not. Will I buy this again? Well, it's different. I think it's because like a kiwi is more sour, so I'm expecting like a more soury taste, but it's not. It's kind of like a rock melon is to a watermelon. That's how I describe it. Similar, like if you were to eat a watermelon and then eat a rock melon, it's kind of like that. Which would you prefer, a rock melon or a watermelon? No, kind of like that. I gave him the other half. This was like $10 here. Like, no joke. $9.99 for one dragon fruit. Crazy, right? Pretty easy to eat though. Okay, I'm gonna get into the video. So basically, liberalism and wokeism need to die. Basically, they need to go away because they have destroyed the West, and the West is sick of it. The silent majority is sick of it. We don't know why the Hollywood elitists keep trying to pressure this nonsense. Don't know why YouTube and all these other government corporations and all of that wish to keep pushing this issue. But quite frankly, none of us are impressed. We're all sick of it. We don't care. We don't want your labels. We don't want your excuses. We don't want your weakness in our society. And you are a bunch of weaklings. And yeah, we're just sick of it. So without removing this cancer from society, I believe the West will fall. And do I care? No. I'm just saying, like, there won't be like a good place in the world to live anymore if like you allow this to happen. Like a lot of people go to Western countries for a better life, but you keep pushing this nonsense, there won't be a better life anywhere for anyone. That's it. That'll be it. You'll either have authoritarianism in the Middle East, corruption in Africa, all of this nonsense, or in the West you'll have the gay agenda. Apparently the West decided that the gay agenda was the way to destroy the West. I mean, they say it took a long time for Rome to fall. I kind of think this is the way we're going with the West. Like Rome 2.0, except it's gay, apparently. And I know a lot of these. I know a lot of these, and you can say liberalism is it's just basically just, it all started with liberalism, the whole nonsense. And the funny thing is you talk to these liberals and they think that they would win a civil war between the liberal and the right. They keep going on about, oh, you guys don't know how to fly drones. Guys, I flew model planes for fun. I know how to fly a drone. Okay, I could pick up a drone and fly it right now. So don't. And a lot of guys are the same. They like playing with toys and stuff. So that wouldn't be an issue. Plus, war-wise, I'm like, it takes more than a drone to hold ground. You can blow something up with a drone, but without people there, no one has that land, so there is no progression. So you have to have, it is a combination of land, sea, and air that win battles, not a single thing. And especially when you guys, and look, liberalism is like weakness imbued, I guess. Like, I'm not sure why you want to be weak, like you actively seek to be weak. It baffles my mind why anyone would want to be a weakling. Like, why? What is the gain in that? Or being a victim, being pathetic, being stepped on all your life? Just saying, like, they're the terms that come with being weak. I'm not sure why anyone would think that is. Should I do the thinker? Why anyone would want that? It's just around. What a disaster! Connection. Oh, I think there's some sort of power issue around this area at the moment. So if the power goes out or whatever. But like I don't know, like I know it's drifting across to Australia. I've seen like weakness imbued over here, like our Prime Minister, he's like the embodiment of being a weakling. It's nothing to be proud of to be pathetic. I'm not really sure why that's a thing. Like all these people wanting to be accepted, so they're saying they're either gay or transsexual, all these things, and these, like, you can't say nothing in these universities or in a job situation. Like if you said something to the wrong person, and I don't say the right person, I said the wrong person for a reason. They try to make your life hard, like, and you're just like, what is wrong with you? Like, just learn to talk like an adult. Try not to be an adult. I see that a lot as well. Like, a lot of people seem to be afraid of acting like an adult, being an adult. But I tell you what, when I turned 18 and could make my own decisions straight away, I was like, yeah, hell yeah. No turning back now. Like, this is what I want. Like, I don't want to be a child. I want to be an adult. I want my choices to be mine. If I say I want something, then I'm going to work towards getting that, or I'm going to say, or I'm going to do that. Like, I don't want to have people tell me what to do. Like, why would I want that? That's ridiculous. Like, I see it with some of these girls, right? I've worked with, like, my dad says that I shouldn't go work here because the guys are rough. What, you're in your 20s, you do what your dad says. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Grow up. Make your own decisions. Be your own woman, I guess. Don't let someone else tell you how you should live your life. What is wrong with you? God, you know what I'm like? That's what I'm talking about. It's like still like this whole, oh, I should do what my such and such says, or I should do what they've always said. Like, no, think for yourself. Use your own noggin. What was all them years at school for if you're not going to use your brain? One of the best education systems in the world, my backside. People can't think for yourselves, showing no initiative. There's nothing to be said. Come on, it's not that hard, right? You know. But yeah, this whole, always being reliant on other people is just, I don't know. I don't know why this is like the norm for society. Like, why people want to be like subjected to other people? I have no idea. You got like a slave mindset. That's how slaves think. That's what you guys are. Yeah, it's got a bit of a sour taste, but not much. Right, would I buy this again? Well, for $9.99, no, I would not. But if it was cheaper, maybe. I don't hate it. It doesn't taste bad. It's just the price that really just. But I hadn't ever tried a Dragonfruit, so I finished it. Put my hand as a hat. How's that? Yeah. So yeah, I don't know why. Look. And you know what? Liberalism and this, Just Stop Oil, Antifa, Black Lives Matter, all this nonsense, Free Palestine, all this Days for Palestine, all this nonsense. It's just one nonsense story after the next. The silent majority, that's people like me, people like you, people like all the other people who don't speak, haven't got time to be going online or going out doing this jobless activity behavior, like don't have time for that nonsense, right? We're tired of it. All right, we expect the younger generation to have grown up a bit, past the ages of 18 now. So we know that there's like a period between like 18 and 25-ish where people are going to like do some work and still have fun and stuff like that. That's fine. But there comes a point where you have to actually go, I have to be old now. Like, it's time to be responsible for me, not someone else. Expecting them to bail me out or do something for me. Like, nah, that's not going to fly. And this whole, when people say, look, you have to accept my terminologies in life and accept my way of life, like these, that guy, what's his name? He calls himself Tino, Lily Tino, I think. Yeah, his behaviour in public places is just so unacceptable. Like, I would definitely not. I would probably put if I was a restaurant owner, I'd put a picture up and say, do not let this man in. He's not allowed. I don't want his like jobless behaviour around my company. I don't want him around my customers. He's got to go. That's it. It's just not welcome. Period. I mean, that's the kind of thing. Like, like when people just keep messing up and putting it online, like you're just like, aren't even allowed in these establishments. Like, you've got families and people, like, you know, it's supposed to be a nice environment. You've got these people chucking wobblies over nothing. Like, yeah, you've got an issue with yourself. Does not mean the rest of society has that issue or cares to play along with your little, you know, schizophrenic thing in your head or something. Like, you know, it's your delusion. Like, the rest of the world does not have to play along with it. Like, we don't. You know what? I've seen people with mental impairments, like physical brain defects, have better behaviors than these people. Like, I've seen it. They have like much more manners and stuff. Know what's right and wrong. So don't tell me these people don't know, because they do. Like, I've seen these people. Like, people who have a legitimate reason to be having problems in society, and they try. And then you see these other people who they're just mutilating themselves with like all sorts of crazy. I mean, look, let's take this, you know, this whole single situation. You know that the statistic actually is that 80% of Western men don't even seek a relationship anymore. 80%. Think about that number. That means more than half of society have given up on the opposite sex. That's insane. Like, that is insane. And these women that keep going after these like money guys and all that, like, and then I mean, then they mutilate themselves with all these stupid like lip filler things and butt implant and everything, and they look ridiculous. They look like clowns. Like, I swear these sheiks and all of that, when they go to Saudi Arabia, you know, all these sheiks that have basically paid for these girls to go there and be their personal sex slave. Like, you know, when these sheiks, they'll get these same type of women, right, on these Instagram and whatever's and OnlyFans or whatever. They get them come over. I reckon they're just like messing with these girls. Like, I reckon that they're all talking to each other and they're like, you know what, let's get them to, let's tell them to be sexy. They make their lips look like a clownfish or a frog, like Pepe the Frog. Oh, let's get them to have like an elephant butt. Let's get them to have like watermelon boobs, like, so they look like they just look ridiculous, like as ridiculous as possible. Let's get them to push their hairline right back and get, you know, so that we can, you know, look as clown as possible. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, if I was those guys, that's what I'd be doing. Why wouldn't I? I mean, get these idiots come in and they're just after money. So if they want to be like that, of course you're going to be like, I get to mess with this person now, I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to mess real bad. And obviously I lead them up to the point where they're just not attractive anymore. They send them on their merry way and go home. I mean, that's why they don't stay in Dubai. Obviously they got too ugly for the chic guy, and then the guy is just like, nah, just you have no self-respect. You're not an appealing woman, right? Go away. And then all these other girls think, you know, but that's good looking. It's not. You look atrocious. You look like a clown. You look literally like a clown. You've uglied your face up something bad, and you look ridiculous. And also, you are stuck with that because a lot of that is permanent. So I don't know how you're going to fix that. I don't know how exercise or healthy eating or whatever is going to fix that abomination. But yeah, if you wanted to look like the Bride of Frankenstein, congratulations. You succeeded well and truly. And that shouldn't be normal. You know, that should be like a one-person kind of deal. Like, it's just messed up, and then everyone else sees it and goes, oh, no, we're not doing that. But the rest of you who live in this liberal wokeism land have looked at that and gone, ooh, I want to be some ugly. I want to be, yeah, no point. Why are woke people always ugly? Like, when you see them, they all look super ugly. Like, a lot of them. Like, they've always got like purple or blue hair or pink hair. It's like like 3 colours for you guys. Maybe green. You'll shave your hair or half your hair and try to look like a man. Half the time, like you dress like a man. Then you act feminine. And it's like, the hell is going on here? Like, pick a lane. Like, you guys like your labels. Well, pick a lane. But don't be like, you know, you have to look like, yeah. But I don't understand how these people will see the ridiculous looking person who's like messed up their face and their body and going, oh, I want to look like that. And then obviously you've got these men that want to transition into women. Dude, that is like mental health stuff. Like usually, in most circumstances when that happens, there's like a long progression of seeing doctors and psychiatrists or psychologists or whatever and going through a process to get to that point. Like it isn't like a jump, like, oh, I want to be a woman, and then bang, you're a woman. Right? And also, like, there's usually like a whole mental health thing that, you know, yeah. So they basically have just cut out like this major step that, yeah. And usually it's things like you've got to change your name, you've got to dress differently to prove that that's what you want. Like, you got to, yeah, like, you got to do things that prove that that's what you want. And yeah, I don't see that with these, like, especially with these child getting transitioned by these crazy parents. Like, that's child abuse, number one. Like, that is straight up child abuse. You've destroyed that child's life, whether it's your child or not, doesn't matter. It's like that's harmful to that child. Now, but yeah, like, you've ruined their life. That's what you've done. You've completely ruined their life. You've put them in a position that's going to be very difficult for them to come back from and have a normal life of any kind. That's not going to happen. They're not going to find a job easy. They're not going to. They're not going to socialize well. They're probably going to struggle to have relationships because it's only going to be a unique certain person that's going to want to be with them. Contrary to popular belief, men don't want to have sex with other men. There's only a few select gay men out there who aren't like full gay that will see a transitioned man and go, oh, I want to have sex with that person and I want to have a relationship with that person, right? That's the reality. And in most cases, some of these cases where you hear of these transitioned men tricking straight men, you know what would happen? You would get bashed. That's what would happen. Like, no uncertain terms, you would get bashed. You think a straight man wants to have sex with a man? And do you think that their reaction is going to be positive when they find out that you're a man? Do you think that they'll go, oh yes, I really wanted this? Or do you think they'll go, you're dead, mate. I'm gonna rip your friggin' head off. Come here. It's just gonna be like that. That's how it's gonna be. That's reality talking. You can't avoid reality. No matter how much you block your ears and pretend it ain't real, that's reality. Straight men don't want to have sex with other men. They don't find men appealing. Men, even if they dress and look like a woman, still a man. That's it. Discussion is over. I mean, look, I don't know why you have to have like with these universities, I'm sorry, I'm just flip-flopping around here, but with these universities, for example, like, why are you having teaching subjects that aren't going to provide a job for people? Like gender studies degree. Let me make this kindergarten cop easy for you, because this is from a movie. So you can all be gender studies degree, masters, professor, whatever. This is it. Are you ready for this groundbreaking research I've been doing? Okay, boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. There you go. You're now grand master of gender studies. You're the grand master now. Congratulations. What has that got to do with the price of eggs? How's that going to get you a job? Like, why would you study something so pointless? That just proves you're an idiot. Proves that you threw $100,000 away into nothing, to waste your time. That's what that proves. To waste your money, to waste your energies on nonsense. I mean, how many degrees are out there that are just worthless? An art degree? Worthless. You can't get a job with that. Obviously gender studies. Then you got a lot of these communication ones. Like, unless it's getting you a job, it's pointless to have it. You may as well not have it. I don't even know why anyone would even waste their energies. You know what I thought would be a cool degree to have? Archaeology. But you know why I didn't do that, or why a lot of people wouldn't do that? Because there's no jobs for that. There's nothing more to dig up or discover. There's no ancient cities that we can go find or something. You know, that'd be sick. But let's be real here, that ain't happening. So, yeah. And we're not just going to rock up in Antarctica, dig through 2 miles of ice and find some ancient city and be like, oh, wow, that's cool. Like, it ain't happening. I mean, it would be super sick, but it ain't happening. That's why people don't do that stuff anymore, because it doesn't make money. Think with your head, people. Like I said, think like an adult. If it doesn't make money, why are you doing it? Why do you waste your time on this nonsense? And why do universities push the socialism and Marxism? Like, why are these professors even, like, what has their political opinion got to do with anything? Like, just teach your subject and go home. It's like, go to work, do your job, and go home. You don't need to give us a political opinion on nothing. Like, when I had to go to Curtin University in Western Australia for something, I can't remember, it was a little while ago. I can't remember what I had to go there for, whether it was to, I think it was for a study for them, actually, or something. I can't remember. They wanted a study on something, and I volunteered. I can't remember what it was even about. At the time, there was Marxism posters everywhere. They were pushing for Karl Marx book type thing, and it's like, you guys don't know history? You don't know that there's a reason why capitalism won? Like, if communism was so great, why is North Korea so terrible, and South Korea, it's the polar opposite? Like, South Korea was capitalism, North Korea was communism. North Korea sucks, guys. It sucks. They don't have food. They don't have electricity half the time. They don't have heating. They've got no money. And here's the big problem. They got no money. And they've got despot leaders who keep, like, throwing people in jail for having different opinions. Like, that isn't a positive thing. You don't look at that and go, ooh, that is perfect to life. No, you look at that and go, wow, that's awful. Like, why would anybody want that? Why would you encourage that? That isn't something anyone would want, right? Yeah. Look, as far as all this, I don't know when wokeism started. I don't know if, look, I can remember back in the day we voted on gays getting married, okay? Now, the reason why that wasn't an issue is because it was a brain one, like, because there was people out there who loved each other and they couldn't get married. That was it, right? And what I found out from my mum is that it had, like, extra things that was even worse. Like, apparently, like, they couldn't even, like, if one of them died, they couldn't get their, like, super or the house. Like, there was no legal right. Like, the government could come in and just take your dog. That's how ridiculous it was. So obviously, the gay rights thing was a no-brainer, right? Like, it was just like, yeah, of course you can get married. Of course, you can have all the same civil rights as everyone else because why not? Why would we take that away from anyone? Like, it's crazy, right? But with all your wokeism nonsense now, the way that everything's gone is you want to take my civil rights and liberties away from me. That's what you're doing with trying to silence my voice on YouTube's and or anything, and trying to silence the opposite opinion. I mean, that is fascism 101 right there. That's what Hitler did to the newspapers back in the day, and all the journalists who spoke out against him ended up in camps, and that's not a lie. That is what happened. And everything that you guys have been doing is like fascism 101. It's like and then you've got this George Orwell mindset of authoritarianism. Like that was a parody of what society was not supposed to be. All right, that was meant to be a thing to say, wake up, you don't want this. This is not good. Make sure that when you see society head down this road, that it doesn't. Right? But instead, what we got instead is people have gone, 1984, oh, this is a manual on how to create a perfect society. Perfect. And look, getting back to the dating thing, and again, sorry for the randomness, it's just the way my brain is working right now. But, so you're just going to have to bear with me. Don't know if people find that entertaining or not, but whatever. Anyway, the 80% of men that aren't going to have relationships, and let's assume that actually just holds true, and they don't. That means that only 20% of people are having relationships. That's a population decline of probably excess of 80%, because you've got the elderly dying, right? You've got them not having children, and then the 20% might even follow the same trend as the 80%. I mean, that's the death of humanity right there. That's gone, like all of humanity. Like, this is it. This is the pinnacle. We're sitting at the pinnacle of what humanity is. Can you believe it? We are the apex of all the generations before us that come before us and built the society where it is. Because the population decline of women not wanting to settle for a regular dude, and men sick of their bullshit, this is where it ends, right? So you got your matriarch society, this is what you get. So you got that, and then this is basically this is what happens, right? So instead of going, and I don't know if this was because women took over or not. I don't think so. I don't think women particularly are any problem. I think social media is, but that's my personal opinion. But as far as it goes, right, the women are responsible for the decline and destruction of Western society. They are 100% to blame, because they are the ones picking their partners. And when they do that, and then they set this tone of bad example of what women shouldn't be. You've got these toilet women going to the Middle East, and then you've got these women over here that have ridiculous expectations, and they think that they're just entitled to everything. And then you've got this no accountability society, and then you've got this promotion of women as the best, men bad at everything, right? And then you've got men suicide through the roof, and then you've got every segment on the television is women. Oh, here's another thing for a woman. Oh, here's another thing for a woman. Oh, let's get girls on all the time. When you, let's hear from this girl. Let's hear from this girl. Never the guy. Let's not hear from the guy. We don't want them to talk. How dare they talk? They're not allowed to have a voice. And then you've also got sorry, I lost my train of thought. Again, when something's live, it's, get the editing part. It's just, it's just, that's right, it's a bit flip-floppy all over the place. And what was I talking about? Don't remember. I don't remember. Something to do with television segments and whatnot. Oh, that's right. It was something to do with singers. Like, if you listen to all the singers now, even like there's like no male artists out there. Like, none. I don't hear any male artists. I'm not saying that I want to or that I care, but it's always women singing about their punani or sex or something and how they just want to sleep around and be gutter trash. Like, you know. Yeah. That's apparently normal and okay. That's society for you. That's where we're at. So that's not a positive thing. That's a major decline. Yeah. Look, I'm kind of in like mentally wise. I'm kind of happy. I didn't really want to see a population of 11 billion people on the Earth. I thought that was too many. But obviously, with the 1929 stuff going on over in Europe, yeah, obviously that's a bit of a kind of put a real toilet on everything, you know. Is the world about to non-exist itself, you know? Like, thanks, Europe. You always know how to war and destroy, to drag the rest of the world into your nonsense. Like, come on. Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's just the whole thing. Yeah. But honestly, like, yeah, liberalism and wokeism it's just one big umbrella. Like, if you can think of it as one umbrella, you've got liberalism as the umbrella, and then you've got wokeism as one of the subjects. And I don't know why that ever got pushed, that narrative ever got pushed. I mean, yeah. I mean, you got these people like Dylan Mulvaney. Like, why are they getting attention, like millions of people watching them? I mean, the dude never even changed his name. He still named the man name, which is Dylan. Like, come on. Does he believe he's a girl, does he? And he calls himself Dylan. God damn. Not Dorothy, not Dora, not trying to think of some Debbie, Dana. I don't know. Hundreds of names out there. But no, he just went with a man name. Because that's really proving you're a girl, man. By having a man name. Yeah. I mean, he's obviously, like, was an uber gay before, but yeah, I mean, he's basically the epitome of what Hollywood want the rest of the world to be. Why we all listen. I don't listen to Hollywood, but, like, why does anyone, like, just, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. Well, I'm going to wrap this up soon because we're nearly approached on 40 minutes, and I believe that's long enough for a stream. And all I can say is, look, guys, this world is one big toilet fest at this point. It just seems to be getting worse, and instead of us fixing the problem like we normally did back in the day, apparently we don't seem content to do that anymore. We're just like, just let the cancer grow now. Let it get as big and bad and ugly as possible. But us as a silent majority really need to do some battles. Like normal family values have to come back. Normal common sense has to come back. I don't know what you want to do about it. But yeah. Like, I guess you've got to have a starting point and just work from there. But one problem you can't solve 100 problems at once. You can only do one at a time. You just start through your steps. And that's kind of how I see it. It's like you've got to put the brakes on it and put it in reverse and see how far back we need to go before the world goes before it's too late. But in my opinion, it already is. Anyway, please take care, guys.